Before we dive into today's episode, let's take a moment to breathe and relax. Yep, you heard me right, relax. Because today's episode is all about embracing the summer break and giving yourself permission to slow down. Before we dive in, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to Show Up and Be Heard. The podcast exists to help women like you simplify your business and your life so that you can stop feeling so overwhelmed. I'm your host, Becci McAvoy, owner and founder of Be Heard Socials, and I am an award-winning social media marketer and an international speaker who specialises in content strategy and organic growth on social media. If you want to cut through the noise and BS and get practical, actionable advice tailored specifically to make social media marketing accessible and easy to understand, or if you want to be part of a supportive community where women entrepreneurs can feel connected and inspired to achieve their dreams, then keep listening because you are in the right place. To be the first to find out when new episodes go live and to get more tips like the ones you hear in this podcast, make sure you join my email community through the link in the show notes. Right then, let's get started with this week's episode. Hello. Can you actually believe this is the last episode of the first season of Show Up and Be Heard? Honestly, it's blowing my mind a little bit. It has been an absolute roller coaster, and I am so proud to have got to this point where at the point of recording, there has been 776 downloads. Honestly, it blows my mind. I am so grateful to each and every one of you who has listened, shared, given me a review, messaged me to say how much you've loved an episode or taken action on it, or just cheered me on through some really difficult weeks to keep me going and keep me motivated. So like I said, today is going to be quite a short and sweet episode, and it's going to be a reminder for all of us to give ourselves permission to slow down. So grab a cup of your favourite drink. I'm not going to say grab a brew because I hate a brew. I will grab a glass of Ribena, find a comfy spot, and let's get started. Because I really want to just share a reminder with you in today's episode. I think one that's as much for me as it is for you. I might even have to listen back to this episode when it comes out because this reminder is so important. And at the point that the episode comes out, we are going to be a week into the summer holidays in my house. And if you're anything like me, the struggle to balance everything will feel more real than ever. So what is my reminder to you? My reminder to you is that we need to stop glorifying being busy. Because being busy doesn't make us important. It doesn't make us cool. It doesn't make us successful. It just makes us busy. And more often than not, it just makes us stressed. So yeah, like I said, stop glorifying being busy. It doesn't make us cool or important or successful. As I'm a week into summer holidays, I know that I will need to hear this, and I'm sure you will too. And to be honest, even if you aren't trying to juggle an unnecessarily long school holiday with running a business, at some point over the next month or so, I'm hoping and betting that you're going to want to take a break from your socials and enjoy a well-earned break. So we all need to know that that's okay. And it's why I have dedicated today's episode, the last episode of season 1 of Show Up and Be Heard, to be a short and sweet, gentle nudge for all of us to make the most of the summer. Hopefully that will be sunny at some point, although right now I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, let's make the most of the summer days, whether they are sunny or rainy, and let's make the most of the school holidays and actually enjoy some of it rather than just constantly getting stressed out by the juggle and the struggle. Because let's face it, we often think that if we don't check everything off our to-do list, something terrible is going to happen. Our whole business will fall apart. Or is that just me? Maybe that's just me. No, honestly, I speak to too many people that say the same thing. But here's the truth. Nothing catastrophic will occur if you don't get everything done before the summer. A proper break and a rest can be far more productive than constantly pushing yourself to the limit. And this is something I have really, really had to learn over the last few years. All we need to really do is focus on the essentials, suss out what has to be done. And when I say what has to be done, go through that list 3 times, because I bet the first time you'll put lots of stuff on that has to be done that really isn't a must do. It's just the things that absolutely need your attention, the things that have to get done. The rest of it can wait until September. if you haven't ticked it all off. And trust me, at the point of recording, I've got a week left, or just over a week left before the kids break up. And I already know that I am not getting everything ticked off. So yeah, focus on the essentials, the things that need our attention. And I think I keep saying it over and over again because I'm trying to tell myself as much as I'm trying to tell you that the rest of it can wait until September. Trust me, it'll still be there and you'll be in a better place to tackle it after some well-deserved downtime. And I guess I kind of want to say, and this is a reminder I give myself all the time, we didn't leave our employed lives to become our own worst bosses. Running a business is not the easier option. So if we're going to also be our own worst bosses, then what are we doing it for? I don't know. Am I right or am I right? Because I constantly tell myself that. So I do have a few tips and advice for you today to help you make the most of your summer break. I want to share a few things that might make it a little bit easier, because obviously it's all very well and good, everything I've just said, but it's not easy to do. And some of that is mindset based, some of that is things we need to overcome ourselves, but some of that is just some practical things that we need to do. So first things first, I have a blog on my website specifically of how to take a break from your socials over the summer. So please go check that out. I'll put the link in the show notes. And that, like I said, that is very specifically about being able to take a break from your social media. So social media specific, because trust me, it is okay to do it. And there's things you can do to put it into place. Now, the tips in this blog, I put into practice much earlier than this episode is going to come out, but it's still not too late to put some of the actions into practice. There are practical tips in there to ease you into your break without worrying about what's going on your socials. So please go and check that out. And like I said, I will put the link in the show notes. The next thing is, and it sounds really obvious, but make sure you do it, set up your email out of office, your out of offices that you can set up on social media, your away messages and auto responses that nearly all, if not all, of the platforms let you do. And let people know that you'll be around less and what they can expect from you. Even if you're going to be working over the summer, I really recommend putting an out of office on, especially if you've got children and you're juggling the juggle. Put an out of office on and say, my children are currently off for the summer holidays, which might mean I'm a little bit slower than normal replying to you, but just manage those expectations. So suss out what is reasonable for you that doesn't pile on the stress. And keep it on all summer. Like I said, even on the days you're working. So I am very fortunate very fortunate to have got myself into a position where I'm taking most of August off. Now, some of that was forced because we don't have family around who can help us out with the childcare. I'm working about 4 days in August, but even on those days, I will keep my out of office on because it helps to manage the expectations and it takes the pressure off of having to reply to those emails. So yeah, put your out of office on and be really kind to yourself. Even if you are still likely to get back to someone within the day, just give yourself a little bit more time so that if something happens or something unexpected occurs, then you've got yourself covered a little bit. Because if anybody gets an out of office that manages those expectations and then gets frustrated by it, that's a huge red flag for me. And again, it's a hard lesson to learn, but it's a huge red flag for me. And they're not the people that you want to be working with or want to be surrounding yourself with. And like I said earlier, let's not become our own worst bosses. We don't have to surround ourselves with people who make us feel rubbish or put pressure on us when we're just trying to put some boundaries in place. So yeah, get that out of office onto your emails, get your auto responses onto your social media and manage those expectations. Because it will really, really help. And finally, switch off and relax and tell the guilt to do one. Like I said, a lot of it is mindset based. A lot of it isn't the pressure that other people are putting on us. It's the pressure we're putting on ourselves. You work incredibly hard and you deserve a rest. And like I said, you didn't choose to run your own business so you could be your own worst boss. I know I've said that a lot now, but it's really, really true. You deserve the rest and it's okay to switch off. I did a live on Instagram. Actually, at the point of recording, it was yesterday. So I'll also put a link in the show notes to that live because we did speak about some practical tips and things that I went live with Louise from Louise Sims Web, and we spoke about some practical tips and things that we do to get ready for the summer. But actually, a lot of the conversation we had was around the guilt and the mindset around not comparing yourself to others, around knowing that every circumstance is different. So I'll put the link into the show notes and go and check that out as well if you want to. So yeah, that's it from me today. Let's stop glorifying being busy, and let's take the pressure off of ourselves. Because I know for me, as much as the next couple of months might be challenging, and they will be challenging, and I'll have some times where my kids will be driving me up the wall, I am really excited for our summer and I want to make the most of it. We have got an amazing camping trip booked with friends. We're going down south for a week to spend time with my family. We have got loads of play dates yet to be planned. And I will also be celebrating 9 years of marriage to my biggest cheerleader. So I want to enjoy that and I want to take the pressure off. So yeah, it will be challenging, but let's enjoy the journey. I would love to know if you have any fun plans for this summer. Connect with me over on my socials. The links to all of those are in my show notes, and let me know what you are most looking forward to. And as for an action to take away from today's episode, it is just take a break. Whether you have kids and you're trying to juggle work completely with having the kids at home, whether you don't have kids, take a break. Because you have earned it and the summer is a nice time to do it. And also remember, take a break. I will be taking a lot of time off over the summer with my children, which will be wonderful, but I will also be finding time to take a break for myself because I'm only human and it is a long summer holiday. 7 weeks of no school is a lot. So I'll also be taking a break for me too. So yeah, you heard me. Take a break, allow yourself the space to breathe, to rest, and to enjoy the summer because you deserve it. And when you return, whenever that is, you will do so with more energy and more clarity about the things that you want to achieve in the final quarter of the year. So thank you for listening today. Thank you for being part of my journey of the first season of Show Up and Be Heard. Honestly, I am so very grateful to you. And if you found this reminder helpful, please share it with another business owner or another mum who might need to hear it, because I know there are lots of us out there who do. So please do share this message far and wide. And in the meantime, I'm logging off, and season 2 of Show Up and Be Heard will go live on the 3rd of September. I cannot wait. So until then, take care, enjoy your summer, and remember, you've got this. Thank you so much for listening to Show Up and Be Heard, but please don't go without telling me your name. I genuinely love meeting new people and making new connections. So if you don't already, I'd love it if you'd come find me on Instagram, LinkedIn or Facebook and drop me a message to say hello and let me know what you thought of the episode. The link to all my socials are in the show notes. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode or found it useful, then I'd really appreciate it if you could take just a few minutes to give it a review on whatever platform you are listening on, because every one I get really does make me do a little squeal and a big happy dance. Finally, more than anything else, please always remember, realising that you're not actually meant to do this stuff alone is the first step to making it easier. So I'll see you next time.